All right, guys, let's keep the submission theme going a little bit more here. I want to talk about a very basic move, very powerful move that sometimes has a little more subtle details than what meets the eye, and that's the arm triangle. All right, so we've done a couple different transitions now where we've mounted the person and we have their head and their arm in this sort of position, and we're completely set up to look for this arm triangle choke. A lot of times they basically turn and put themselves into it. So it deserves a discussion. And I also just want to make sure you guys understand the best time to start attacking and looking for a submission is right away. All right. Because the sooner I can threaten him and get his mind on, oh my gosh, there's a submission threat here. The sooner that his focus isn't on escaping position. I don't let him get his mind back into the fight and say, okay, I'm going to get out of this and come back. No, right as everything's going bad, it keeps getting worse. Okay. So they can't get their mind back into it. And, we understand how everything is connected. All right. And, we're not just looking to secure position, but we're always ultimately looking to secure the submission. Okay. So let's just start already mounted. Okay. We had those couple of transitions where, I got the head, I had the underhook, everything. I had the chest and the face, and I land in the mount, just like this, with such an awesome place to look for this choke. Okay. And so I just want to go through the details and make sure you guys have this in your arsenal. I'm sure you've seen this before, but I want to break it down the way I like to do it. And hopefully it helps give you a little more confidence here and a little more understanding on how to squeeze here. Okay. So everything's perfect. Chest in the face. I have my arms wrapped all the way around. I'm sort of hugging his lat and his armpit right here. I have my underhook. Remember, if I needed to, I would use the itsy bitsy spider where I climb. Go ahead and resist me a little bit here, Kyle. See, he's trying to keep his elbow down. If I go straight up, nothing happens. But when I walk in a circle, stay strong again. When I walk in a circle with my fingers here, using my palm, I can get this all the way up, keep putting my forward pressure. Now my hand goes to the top of his head. So I got this locked in. Once my hand's on top of his head, if he tries to pull his arm back down, he can't, okay? Because it's secured now, okay? A lot of times, especially my chest and his face, all right, you guys make sure to thank Kyle, okay, for going through all of this, all right? He wants to get a little more room to breathe. So it's very common for him to bring that forearm around into my neck, okay, to try to push me away and get some space for his face, okay? So when that forearm comes in my neck, this is the time for me now to use my shoulder, all right, to kill his frame. And now I can look to sort of almost like do like a little bit of a pass by here, okay? First my shoulder, then I pass. You see how I push my arm across here? Now my head is ready to start to get to the other side of his elbow, okay? As I move my head over, I know he's going to resist. So when I start to bring my head over, I'll bring my hand behind his arm just to help secure it along with my head, okay? I'm looking to bring my head as low as I can to the floor, all the way forehead onto the mat. And you see how I sort of bring myself back down, okay? Because I don't want the pressure to be at the top of his head. I need it to be right in his neck, okay? Across his neck and his shoulders, all right? So I have to shrink down a little bit when I begin to fit this choke in, all right? So now I'm not up here anymore. I fit myself down right by his neck, and I'm always sort of like, almost like going ear to ear, okay? Putting my head in this angle right into his ear, all right? Now, that is at a point where a lot of people would go ahead and lock their hands, make some sort of grip, and start to squeeze and finish this. But there is still a little bit of space left, okay? His ear is not all the way in the bend of my arm on the other side, okay? There's a little bit of room, even though I might be able to finish this or squeeze him enough to where it's kind of like a neck crank or something like that and get him to tap. It's not a perfect choke yet, okay? and I don't want to have to rely on a lot of muscle and force. Okay. So when I'm here and I drop my head down, I'm taking my ear to ear, I'm going to now let go of his shoulder and put my fingers on the floor over here. Okay. And I'm going to do the itsy bitsy spider again, walking out any space that was on the other side. This, along with my head going ear to ear, now it's tight. Okay. It's so tight that I don't even have to squeeze with my hands. All right. I don't even need to lock my hands. I can come off now into a knee in the belly and start to sink down, driving my ear to his ear, a little flex of my muscle, and there's the finish. Okay. And that's what I like for people to understand is it's not like this huge muscle thing. Okay. Your gravity and your body weight and having everything fit properly does all the work. Okay. So there's no need to, especially when you like grab your bicep and you do some crazy squeeze and you're like just cranking their neck, not necessary. All right. So my whole goal is to get everything fitted as deep as it possibly can and work that little twist with the sink. Okay. So again, I walk it up, get my hand on top of his head. I'm smothering him first. Smother first. Okay. A lot of times with your chest in their face, they'll almost turn and put themselves into it just to relieve pressure. Okay. So they can find space to breathe. Okay. Otherwise, he may put his forearm in my neck to try to free himself here. Now I use my shoulder. Okay. Then look at this little pass by, start to get my head to the other side, block and drop. Okay. Head to the floor. As I start to do my little hugging here behind his shoulder, I start to walk my hand again. Okay. That really takes out any space. Okay, it starts to come on right away. All right. Now, I prefer to go to the knee on the belly to look to finish this. Okay. Instead of coming all the way off to the side, where a lot of times they reach and grab their leg to relieve pressure. Okay. So I like to keep my knee on the belly to block him from being able to grab his leg. And then from there, apply my squeeze. Okay. So I'm here. I use my head. I walk this out on this side as well. I'm here. If I need to, I can lock my hands. I like to keep the arm that's around the head palm down. Okay. So that'll be palm down. And now I'm just using my leg to make sure he doesn't reach his leg. Go and try to grab your leg. So I'm like driving my shin down against his thigh, taking my head up to his ear, and I just sink down and then flex. And there's the finish. All right. So everything is super tight. Remember, it's a triangle. All right. Just like we use our legs, I need to apply the same pressure with my arms and my shoulder. Okay. Nothing where it should, it's not a neck crank at all. Okay. He should not feel that his neck is popping. All right. It's just a clean choke. Right, Kyle?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So we have all the details there. So remember, we can connect this. Sorry. One more time from when we had the climb to mount. Boom. And we drop. He tries to turn a little bit. We drop, take the head. We come up. I can take the time to free my foot first if I need to secure those points. And then as soon as I'm here, working myself into the arm triangle or from the side smash. A lot of times from the side smash, especially because they're getting twisted in opposing directions, they'll throw that over to help them relieve the pressure. So as I mount, I'm basically going to land right in arm triangle position, and we're going to have that finish ready to complete our sequences. Okay. So it's, like I said, sort of a must that we talk about it. And I want to make sure you guys got those details on how to fit it in. And you're 100% confident on finishing the arm triangle. All right, so now you've seen the main techniques that we're looking for inside this checkpoint with our knee on their chest. All right. So I want to talk about now how much the knee slice and the side smash go hand in hand. All right. They're best friends. If one's not there, the other one is there. Okay. And we're going to use these once again relentlessly to get what we want. All right. So remember, everything is about this knee. All right. If he resists my knee slice by going that way, he gives me the side smash. And the same thing happens in reverse. If I attempt to side smash and he feels that pressure, it's very likely he's going to move his hips out and open his knee back the other direction, okay, to not give me the side smash. So kind of do that movement a second here. Exactly. All right. So I can't smash him, but then it opens up the door back to the knee slice. Okay. So I'm going to be always paying attention to how his knee reacts. Okay. Remember, if it's loose, I'm going to climb right over into the mount to begin with. I can attempt the knee slice. When he resists and my leg falls back, now I'm twisting to go into the side smash. Once I get to about this point right here, okay, where my knee is going in between his legs, looking to touch the floor, he knows that, his legs are getting smashed. And maybe before I settle my knee all the way down, he moves his hip out and turns his knee, okay? So now the side smash isn't there, all right? And if I just stop, I'm going to, stop my progress and probably end up behind both of his legs, maybe even his feet again, okay? So I'm going to always be reading his reactions, all right? Whenever I attempt to go into the side smash, if I can't get my knee to the floor and he moves out, opens, look how I turn and bring my knee back, okay? So you see that it kind of happens in the air. I want my sliced knee to be very close to his head, okay? So I can beat his leg, all right? And stay ahead of his strength, the strength of his legs, okay? So, all right, as I'm coming in now, look, if my knee gets to the floor, it's too late, okay? He wants to resist with his knee. I'm stepping over and I'm in this position. So keep in mind, it's going to happen before my knee touches the floor and while this foot is still behind this leg. That's important, okay? I don't move the foot out from behind that leg until my knee touches the floor. Once my knee touches the floor, then the foot comes out and I climb up, all right? Otherwise, I need it back here because if the side smash isn't there and he resists, I want this leg ready to go the other direction. So you see how I bring it forward first, okay? I don't want to go to the cut from here because look, I'm going to run into that knee shield. Boom, all right? Now I missed a good opportunity, okay? So when he opens his knee, my knee comes up, all right to my elbow. And now I'm going to follow that angle. Look, hitting his leg. Look how twisted I am, okay? I'm looking over here. So when that knee wants to try to come in for the knee shield, it's not available, all right? My hip and my lower back is ahead of his knee, all right? Now I'm ready to slide through, and I can start looking for any of those finishes that we already talked about with the hand and the collar as soon as I pass, okay? Let's do the opposite. Over here, all right? So he gives me that resistance there. I start to cut in for the side smash. As he opens and turns his hip, look my leg, how far forward it is. And look at this angle, okay? So I'm ahead of that knee shield and really cutting my knee, a bit violently, all right? I'm coming up and down, all right? Pretty hard on this, okay? To make sure I get all my weight and he does not resist me again and I stay ahead of that knee shield, all right? So really think of it as a slide. Do not cut and stop on your knee and run into the knee shield, okay? When I'm going back and forth, I want to slide all the way through. As soon as he opens, boom, look how my hip is low. now I slide. All right. So these two work hand to hand, really perfectly. All you need to do is follow their knee. But now I will say I start things off looking for the knee slice first. And then if he resists, the side smash can lead back to the knee slice, just so easily. All right. It's right there. Okay. He's basically giving it to you. All right. Now I want to touch on one thing about the knee shield here. Okay. The sort of, what if we did try to cut, okay, and I made the mistake and I, stayed a little too square and he got that knee shield in, all right? So remember, what's the issue? It's not the knee, it's the fact that he's on his side, okay? So if this ever happens, I want to make the adjustment to go back to the knee on his body, okay? So if I go for that cut and the knee's there, I'm going to, I haven't started pulling up that sleeve yet because I didn't achieve the actual pass. So I still have the wrist pinned, okay? So all I want to do is start lifting his head and bringing my knee back on his body, okay? And start the game over again, all right? With my knee going onto his chest, that will flatten him up, okay? If I need to, bring it in again, I can go a little bit more against his hip first to flatten him and then create my diagonal angle where I'm really looking for the knee cut angle, all right? So the game could go a little bit like this. I'm giving him the vibe of the knee slice. He resists. I twist. I come here. He opens. I go back. If I messed up and he got that knee slide or that knee shield in, then I go back again and I start the game over again, all the while making sure my foot is flexed under his thigh, okay? That way he can't pull it into any sort of X guard, all right? And then we start over again, okay? So that's the beauty of this position. Once I establish it, it's very difficult for him to get out of it, all right? And even if I mess up and let him get a knee shield in, I can immediately go back and start the game over again, all right? So that's what makes it so relentless, okay? So one more time, maybe it's early on. Maybe I go into my knee slice pass, but instead of being like this, I went a little too square. He got his knee shield in. Look how I lift his head, bring my leg back, okay? Then the game starts over again. Now he knows that's there. Now I have to go to the smash. He opens that, boom, we come back again, all right? So where all I have to do is follow him and really do they're not little movements, but they're movements that really don't take any energy from me. Whereas for him, he's going to be using a lot of energy on the bottom to resist angles that are really just being given to me, all right? And that's where, they're going to get super tired. We have that relentless pressure, and we're eventually going to get where we want and have our submissions loaded and ready for them. All right, so we've done some great work so far with the whole knee on the body, the chest game, all right? That's one of my main checkpoints. I want to start to go into another checkpoint inside my pressure passing system. It's the shin staple, and it's very closely related to the knee on the chest game, all right? It's very possible that we slide off and go right into the shin staple position, or we can go directly there from the beginning when we're standing in that headquarters position, all right? And inside this position, there's once again a lot of great options to go each direction. And now we're really going to be smothering them, okay? Now we're going to be in this position where we're getting all sorts of good upper body control. And then our lower half, okay, our legs and our hips kind of slice and dice and maneuver through their guard. And then when we land in, mount or side control, we already have tons of good control. And so the fight for them to not give the pass and try to recover their guard is basically non-existent. Okay, it's too late because I already have all the control. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's just kind of look at it, how it could come from where we were before inside this game here. Okay, sometimes, our knee moves around. Sometimes they even reach over and grab our knee and try to pull it off their body, and we basically land inside this position. Okay, this is the shin staple. This is what I like to call the shin staple. Okay, because my knee to my foot creates a staple over his leg and his thigh, which, once again, I've created a position where he is super flat. All right, it's very hard for him to escape and slide out of this because this is literally stapling him down. Okay, so once again, he's forced to deal with me here, pushing me, and just feeling my weight, feeling my presence. Okay, all I have to do is just be. I'm just here. Okay, he's the one fighting, and we look to melt in, find our way into all these great positions, and then pass from here. All right, so it can easily come from right here. Maybe I decide, maybe it's not even his own doing, I decide to transition into this position. All right, or it could be that in the very beginning, when I start to get my control, instead of going knee on the body, maybe he twists a little bit. Okay, I decide to just put my knee down and go straight into the shin staple. All right, and once again, you'll see we've created another position where he's very limited. All right, there's not a lot of game for him to do here, and everything comes down to one leg. All right, him trying to kick and maneuver me or push against me with his knee, all of which is, a reaction. Okay, he's not dictating anything here. I am. He's reacting to me. I understand what his likely reactions are, and everything gives me something. Okay, so that's, it follows the same concepts that I like to create in all my positions. And once again, you're going to see this side, that side, and mount are all here. Okay, and we have several ways to look to create this position, inside my pressure passing style. Okay, so that's going to be our next checkpoint, and we'll start to look at all the great passes we have from there next. All right, so once again, we're going to have several options. We have options for different control, and we have options for all our angles to pass. Okay, let's look at taking head control first and the direction that can lead us. All right, so we're working inside the shin staple. Once again, maybe I just dropped right in, okay, or I came there from checkpoint number one with the knee on the body. Okay, let's talk about the vibe of this position a little bit and look at our upper body control. Okay, so the mindset now is to get our upper body control first and then actually pass the guard. All right, we're going to take advantage of him being flat and being forced to just push us off. Okay, and using that, maybe I'm using my wrist controls, whatever, and I'm pummeling my way in. And our first options are going to come from the head and the underhook. Okay, so very basic. I can lock my hands, or what I like to do is to go even deeper, connect my wrists, and use more of like a butterfly style grip because my arms are so long. If I just lock my hands, there's still a lot of space. So I try to go as deep as I can and sort of lock my wrists. And once again, start the chest and the face vibe. Okay, smothering is, it's sort of like violent hugging is what I like to call it. And it's a very deadly, aspect to your passing game that makes this person freak out and, get tired, use a lot of energy, and give us the passes. All right. Because they don't like being here. So the sooner I can start doing that, the better. And with this sort of control, I'm going to start it now while I'm technically still inside his guard. Okay. So never hold like this. Hold like this. Chest in the face. And now I'm not resting on the power of his hook. Once again, if I'm here and he lifts and kicks, it's possible I can lose my balance a little bit. All right. Of course, I could adjust to that and do other things, but I don't want to lose my balance to begin with. All right. So whenever I'm here and I drop in and start getting that control, once I lock my hands, I'm coming forward. Okay. Now he starts to use that hook. I don't really move. Nothing happens. Okay. The next thing I want to do, very subtle, I want to make him feel like he's doing the splits. Okay. That's going to help me keep his hips flat. If I put too much pressure on one leg, now he's already naturally getting onto his side, and maybe he can use that for some leverage or, to move and escape his hips a little bit. Okay. So I want to be pretty evenly distributed with my shin staple on this side and my leg resting down on the other side. Okay. And almost stretching him. All right. So let's take a look at what I mean here. All right. So I'm in the shin staple position. All right. I start to pummel my way in, get control of the upper body, chest in the face. Now look, I don't keep my leg all the way over here where now lift your right leg up. Okay. He's getting me off balance. I'm already falling. Okay. I want to spread my legs and remember, like I said, distribute my weight evenly. So I'm going to keep this foot posted over here and I'm going to pinch my knee in down on top of his hook. Okay. So I'm keeping it tight. The closer his heel is to his butt, the less power he has in his hook. Okay. So I'm like this. All right. Now look here on the other side with my butterfly hook, I'm going to kind of slide it down and hook inside the bend of his knee. So I'm making him feel like he's doing the splits. Kyle, do you feel that vibe there? Okay. He's getting stretched both directions by my legs. Okay. So the knee is hugging tight. My legs are wide. Okay. This foot is posted out wide, pinching and stretching. Now add that with the chest and the face. Okay. Move me here, Kyle. Lift me, move me. All right. Nothing happens. Okay. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to go to my right side. Okay. So of course he's going to try to use that hook as much as he can to get me off balance, to move me. That's fine. Yes. I am now going to spring up using my toes. Okay. I'm going to spring up and I'm going to do a little bit of a jump over here to this side. And while I'm in the air, I'm going to twist the left side of my hip down to the floor. Okay. So I'm forward using my toes. I'm going to jump and spring over to the side, twisting my hip. All right. So you can see he tried to follow me a little bit, but to no avail. All right. I still slide off of his hook. And now I can drive my hip back into him to establish the pass. Sometimes they don't follow you at all. You completely clear the hook. Other times they follow you so much, they put themselves into a side smash, just, on accident. And what just happened there was sort of the in-between, okay? So let's kind of try to give you what all of the possibilities look like, okay? So now we're going to look and see if I can clear the hook all the way, okay? So I'm here, I lean forward, I spring up, twist my left hip, here, okay? Sometimes you'll land just like this, all right? The more he tries to follow you with that hook, okay? He tries to kind of follow you with his knee and his hook. Whenever I jump up and I twist, I'll naturally bring his leg into the side smash, which you've already learned, how to apply your weight, stretch them out, okay? look to get into the mount position. I already had the head of the arm, and I'm looking for my choke possibilities right after. Okay, so we're kind of connecting a couple different movements here. The side smash is a strong possibility, whether it happens inside this movement or if I decide to make it happen on purpose, which we'll talk about more later on. Okay, but let's do it again. Okay, maybe we're here, knee on the chest, and we decide, boom, create this position. Okay, I love the wrist control for my pummeling. All right, already having that wrist is a great advantage. Okay, he's going to want to move that arm to free it. When he tries to lift it and resist, that allows me the ability to turn it and then scoop my underhook right here. Now I get the head, chest in the face, and start to split them. Okay, I'm going to lean forward one more time. Right here, lifting my butt up so I'm light and I'm ready to jump and twist. Look where I land, complete control. There's no scramble, there's no fight to not give me the pass. I've got it. And then maybe afterwards I decide, okay, now I'm going to connect that to my mount and then look for my arm triangle again. All right? But when we slide and twist that hip down, he'll lose his hook. Or if he overextends himself with the hook, he's going to naturally land in the side smash. Okay? When I come up, I jump and I twist. Look how that brought his knee in. Now remember to let go of that twist. Put your knees down. Bring the head. Extend the leg. Boom. Chest in the face. And we have mounted. Okay? So our first option, getting the head control from the shin staple, our little jump and twist pass, whether I land on the side or I create the side smash almost by accident, both going to be great options for us. And, he is completely open and smothered, ready for a nice arm triangle right afterwards. All right, now let's get into, once again, another one of our, favorite pass options inside the whole pressure passing style of mine, the side smash, okay? This is another one from the shin staple that's going to be available. We already looked at how it can sort of happen by accident, okay? Just naturally. Now let's talk more about the specifics of it and where it could come about, either maybe in the very beginning or inside our control, and we sort of force it to happen and put the person there purposefully. Okay, so we create the shin staple. Okay, let's first go back to the head control and just look at guiding this in for the side smash on purpose. All right, we looked at how it can happen sort of accidentally. Now let's say I want to use the side smash. My thought process on doing the side smash is when this knee is very high and the hook is pretty sticky. Okay, so meaning it's here at the top. All right, it's not more towards my knee. Okay, he's more up my leg towards my butt. All right, and he's maybe looking to off balance me, and lift me a little bit. Maybe I didn't do a good enough job of being heavy on that side, and I feel him getting me up. Okay, as he lifts my left leg up, I'm gonna lift myself up with my right toes. Okay, notice that. As soon as he gets me airborne at all, I follow with my toes. Now look how I bring my knee high close to his knee so I can guide it in front of my body. I must raise up to create the space to pass the knee in front of my belly to create the side smash position. Okay? If I try to, once again, sort of be stiff and hold and squeeze, as soon as he starts to go, look, I lose my balance. Okay? So that's another reason why I'm always chest in the face, sort of leaning here off the power of that hook. But if I feel it, I'm sensitive and aware to it, and I'm able to just guide it right where I want it. Okay? And bring it in to the side smash position. All right? So it's super important that when you're holding this, once again, the foot is activated, the toes are on the floor, not flat-footed, okay? You know, the same situation could arise where he grabs my heel and pulls my leg over to the other side to create a single leg X-style position. So we always want to be activated here, using that hook to stretch him, keeping my toes in the mat. So that isn't available. And I'm always able to sort of float and ride any sort of lifting that he does. Okay. So if he's got that tight, strong hook here, you know, and maybe I don't feel like I can jump and twist off of it or anything like that, and he attempts to start to lift me, look how I can go with it. Now his knee is in the center. Now I just bend my leg and I pass his knee through into the side smash position without using my hands, without changing anything. And now I've created the side smash, and you know where to go from here. All right. Another time where the side smash becomes necessary is in the very beginning. All right. As soon as I drop my knee in the staple, it's common for him to want to try to knock me off and use this knee in front of me before I can get to that upper body control. Okay. So, you know, it could be that I didn't have any grips. Maybe I dropped into the staple and, you know, I'm running into this right away. All right. That's fine. I can use my hands on the floor. Once again, when he tries to knock me around with that knee staple, I'm coming up using my toes and my hands on the ground, ready to cut the knee right through and create the staple position. Okay. If, for example, I was on the knee on the chest game, okay, checkpoint number 1, and I dropped into the staple, and then he immediately started using that knee here. Now, look, we're basically almost talking about the same thing we talked about before. His knee coming across. I can keep the same grips, twist, and drop in, okay? But many times we don't have those grips, and, you know, we start to feel them, you know, off balancing us. Maybe he's looking to kind of trap my arm and sweep me over. Just lean forward, okay? As I do this, he can't get the perfect hook sweep from this position, okay? His leg only goes so far because this leg is trapped. So anything he does to get me a little off balance, it can only go so far before it gives me the side smash, okay? The perfect hook sweep, just in the air here, the mechanics is I need this leg to bend, all right, heel to my butt, so I can use my toes and go to my shoulder to sweep them in the diagonal, okay? Now here I can walk on my toes, boom, boom, until I make the person fall and come on top, all right? So, you know, it's a diagonal, okay? What we're doing to this, in this situation, is we're trapping that leg so it can never come in over here, all right? It's stuck here, and his leg can really only go up, all right? Vertical, okay? It can't go towards the diagonal, all right? So as he does whatever he's got here, there's going to become a point where he can't complete it. And all I have to do is maneuver my hips, and then that leg is going right into the side smash, okay? So I'm saying this because a lot of times with this style of passing, you know, that involves so much putting your weight 100% on the person and going forward and staying in, a lot of times people get apprehensive. They get a little nervous, a little scared about, going into those waters, going into the deep waters and maybe losing their balance, getting swept, or, letting the person's frames and everything sort of bother them, and they want to start all over. They want to back out and try to outside pass again and get everything all at once. Okay, so there's some things that you really need to keep in your mind. All right, number one being that we're welcoming them trying to off balance us, because it's very much power and reaction, and it's not a clean technical thing. It's because of what I'm doing to them. I'm making them try to kick me around, and all I have to do is just sort of float and ride that, and everything leads to a better position for me. Okay, and understanding that my weight there, all right, is tiring them out. It's making them push, making them kick in ways that aren't technical. All right, it's all defensive due to the nature of my positioning, and not to be scared. Okay. Sure, in the beginning, you might get knocked around and maybe lose your balance here and there, but you'll be able to make the adjustments over time, and you'll welcome the chance to get inside and, make someone feel all of your weight. All right. So this is just a simple little ride. Okay. Don't be scared to put this knee down because of this hook. All right. Remember, it's not the perfect hook sweep position. All right. He's not going to get the perfect grips. But even if he did get the perfect grips, let's say he had my collar and he had my arm, he can only go so far with that sweep until I just base with my hand and cut my knee through it. Okay. And now I have the side smash. All right. But like I said, I either have the dominant grips, or if he gets me off balance really quick, I just post my hands and create it. Or, like I said, don't be scared to drop in, hug this person, chest in the face. So what? They have that little hook. It's not going to stop you. All right? Keep your toes in the ground. Raise up. Guide the knee in. And here we are. All right? When we land in these sort of spots, we 100% arrive in the position. Okay? There's no chance for him to block as we're arriving. All right? Because I already am so close to his head. I already have all the control. So when I'm in, I'm in. All right? And of course, in the side smash, we'll be looking for that mount option. All right, so once again, we're really talking about the same angles, the same directions, the same paths. And one more time, from this other checkpoint, the shin staple, the mount is still there. All right. We have a couple different ways to look at the mount. Let's start first talking about it from the head control. All right. So we're doing very much like a climb. Okay. Get past the feet, establish control. We're only dealing with the knee. All right. And it's not too hard to, once again, just basically climb right over and land right in the mount position. All right. So the time I'm really going to think about mounting is when I can tell, once again, his hook is a little, not as sticky and more at the end on the bend of my knee. Okay. So I got to the shin staple position. I pummeled my way in. I lock, chest in the face. Okay. You can go ahead and make your hook a little stronger, but once again, like I said, it's at the end of my leg. It's not up high. The higher it is towards my stomach, well, then I know I'm going to pass that inside for the side smash. If it's a little further out, the way it is now, well, now I'm going to really try to apply that split vibe where I drive my knee in, okay, and I spread his other leg out with my hook, with my chest in his face, okay? From here, I'm just looking for my chance to just sort of raise my butt up a little bit and pass myself directly over his knee. Just a bit of a climb, just sliding right over and arriving in the position. Okay? Nothing too crazy. It's all about the position itself and how the position gives you the passes. Okay, so we're in, chest in the face. Okay, look how I pinch my knee down, and I'm really active over here, stretching and making them do the splits. Now I'm just sliding up and over and looking to take my foot out as soon as I clear the other knee so I don't get caught in that 3/4 mount. And there we are, once again, chest in the face, off the bridge, ready to look for the arm triangle and that nice secure mount. Okay, super simple. One more time. Remember, follow the signs. Okay, the further his knee is up here, the more he's giving me the side smash. The more it's out here, the easier it is for me to climb over it. All right, but make that vibe of the split because that will make it easier. It's so uncomfortable, they almost want to let go and let you mount. Okay, so I'm here, knee down, stretch, 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 boom, mount. All right, we can't talk about, the pressure passing style that I like to employ without always looking for options to mount. It's right there, and you'll see this more as we continue. All right, let's go back to the shin staple and now look at another way to get our upper body control. All right, so far we've been talking about the head and the underhook. Okay, this time now I want to talk about the near side underhook and how that's going to open up a couple of new directions for us. All right, let's take a look. So we got the shin staple position. All right, so far we've been getting the underhook and the head. Okay, whether I want to go directly to this or maybe I set it up. Okay, now we're going to be talking about the near side underhook. Okay, so instead of this underhook, the underhook on the side where I have the shin staple. Okay, it's possible that as soon as I drop in, maybe I go to both wrists. Okay, as he's pushing me, whatever, trying to fight me off, I get this wrist and I pummel myself in to the near side underhook. Maybe the space is there for me to go on my own, just right there. Okay, otherwise, sometimes it happens that I'm trying to get their head and they're blocking me. Okay, he's keeping me from getting his head. So I'm going to raise my arm and my body forward a little bit to make him follow me and lift his arm. As he does that, now I can scoop under and get the near side underhook. Okay, and this is very strong. All right, in a lot of ways, I even kind of prefer this over the head because without this arm, there's less chance of him to do anything on this side and maybe look to, get into any sort of half guard or things like that. Becomes even harder when I have that near side underhook. So I really like this control. And now we can be a little more free with this hand. Okay. So once again, we're going to talk about the mount and we're also going to talk about the knee slice. Okay. But let's look at the mount first. So I got the near side underhook. I'm going to really keep my head on the floor here, ear to ear, try not to give any space for this arm to push me. Okay, so the closer I can keep my head to his head, the less space there is for him to push my head and try to get space. All right, I'm going to keep my knee down once again, making him do the splits. Now I have a free hand that can help me climb them out. Now, I don't want to push this down. Okay, I want to continue that split vibe. I'm going to open his leg and just sort of swallow it with my body, okay? Arriving into the mount position. A lot of times, as you come down, this arm's going to be kind of the way it is, and I can immediately get under that itsy bitsy spider and look to go into a double underhook high mount where I can attack his arms and do a lot of other great stuff, okay? So, again, we got the near side underhook. Maybe I pummeled in over here. I'm just going to post this hand down as high up to his head as I possibly can. Once again, trying to take away the strengthen his arm. And if I stay here, he could still be strong, okay? But when I start angling my chest to his head and going head to head here, ear to ear, now I'm very secure, okay? I'm making him do the splits, start using my hand, opening his leg, and then letting go of my foot, arriving in the mount position, looking for that second underhook right away to go into the high mount, chest in the face smother, okay? Pretty simple option. Once again, we're just climbing. Now, if I have the near side underhook and he keeps his knee very tight to my ribs, okay, to where it's hard for me to get even my hand on the inside to push it open at all, okay? Before, that kind of gave us the option to side smash, all right? Now that I have the underhook instead of his head, we can now look to knee slice to the opposite side. So I'm here, it's tight, okay? I don't need to change anything. I'm gonna sort of tripod and push off with my leg and start to twist my hip. And now look to cut my knee over. As I'm passing, now I can go to the arm and look to control his arm. But one thing I see a lot of times when people grab this arm, they really want to pull and they slide and sit back. Okay, remember, the further my head is from his head, the stronger his arms are, the more he can push me and frame me. And sitting up like this can make me very vulnerable to losing my balance, all right? So as you cut and you pass through, even though you have this arm, don't lean back. Just pass. Stay connected. Keep your head close. Now just move your head over to the other side. Take advantage of having that underhook where now I can move into arm attacks and things like that, okay? But I never want to have my head close and then take it far away where now his arms can come in front of me and be stronger, all right? So that head-to-head principle is super important for your pressure passing, to make sure you don't give space for their frames, and for basically all things on top, okay? Keeping your head near their head, really is important, all right? So again, let's look at the reverse, right? We get into the staple. Maybe he was blocking my cross face. I lean forward, boom. There's my near side underhook. Okay, my head's on the floor, stretching him. All right, this is like the invisible jiu-jitsu. Hard to see, but Kyle can feel it right now. If his knee's out, I can push, swallow, look for the second underhook. If his knee's tight against my ribs, to where I can't really use my hand to open it, I'm going to push down on this leg so I can lift my butt. Start to cut. Look how twisted I am. No space for the knee shield. I'm sitting on him. All right. Now I can take the other arm, slide through little by little, keeping my head low. And now maybe looking to take advantage of having the underhook from side control for some arm attacks. Okay. The near side underhook is an amazing control. I like to use it a lot inside the half guard. And from the shin staple, it's another great option. Maybe they're blocking, keeping you from getting the head, and you take it, or maybe you go directly to it. From there, once again, we have the center and we have the side. Okay, so we've really kind of built the foundation of the shin staple position and all our options there. Many times when we have this position going and they feel all the pressure, especially the split vibe that's going on, they'll actually take their butterfly hook out on purpose, all right? And maybe look to put you in some sort of half guard, in which case they've actually made our job even easier once they move that butterfly hook out. So let's take a look at that situation. So, all right, we've achieved the shin staple. Let's say we work in with the head control, okay? And we got our chest in the face, everything's going well. I really start to split, put a lot of pressure, and he doesn't like that. And so he retracts his butterfly hook and takes it out from inside my leg. Now, not under, there you're basically giving me the mount, but yes, over, okay? So his leg comes out as if he's looking to put me in a half guard, all right? But the problem is for him, I have the staple, okay? So when he takes that out and he wants to lock my leg in the half guard, I'm not going to let go of this, of the staple. If I let go of it, then I'm giving him that half guard. Now, given I'm still in a great position to pass the half guard, but why let him have more than what he should have? All right. So he took that butterfly hook out. Now he's opened up, the path to a knee cut or even a mount. Okay. So keep that shin staple on. So when he tries to lock that half guard, it's stuck. It's not there. And now I'm not going to hang out here too long. He basically just gave me the pass. I'm going to start to now bring my other leg over, almost like I have a double knee slice pass going on here. And then I just let it all go at once. And there's my side control. Okay? Very simple. All right? Just another possibility here that I need to mention. Okay? Have my pressure. I'm really splitting him. He doesn't like it. He takes it out. Look at my other option. Look how I just maneuver and slide right through and take them out. All right? It's totally up to you and what you feel as to which one you do. All right? But make your move as soon as they take it out. If he takes it out and you want to slice, bring that other leg through. Okay? He takes it out. You want to go to mount. Look how I come forward and I drive my knee over. Boom. Land in the mount position with this excellent control. Okay? If I had the near side underhook, nothing really changes. Okay? Same things. I got my split going on. He takes it out. I can come through. Once again, now I have a double underhook from side control. I can put my hands on his head and immediately start to make my way into the mount position. Once again, the mount is there too. Okay? He takes it out. Look how I bring my knee sort of inside and then over. Now I'm really utilizing the double underhooks right away. As soon as I land, chest in the face, hands on top of the head. From here, we're ready to move up and continue our attacks. All right. So pretty, easy options to see from there. No matter which control you have, as soon as they take their butterfly hook out, make your move. All right. Keep that upper body control. Bring yourself up. You can either slice or mount. And, they've actually made our job a little easier there.